Throughout the Final Fantasy series, powerful optional bosses have tested players' skills, patience, and strategy. These super bosses often go beyond the main game's difficulty, demanding mastery of combat mechanics, deep preparation, and sometimes a bit of luck. From early classics to modern entries, these foes have left their mark as some of the toughest RPG encounters ever. Today we're going to look at some of those infamous Final Fantasy super bosses and explore their battles, how to prepare for them, and maybe a fun fact or two along the way. I hope you enjoy, and let me know down below what your favorite super boss is from the Final Fantasy series, or any super boss from any game really. Ozma, the ultimate hidden boss in Final Fantasy IX, resides within Chocobo's Air Garden, a secret location only accessible by completing the Chocobo Hot and Cold game. Unlike most bosses in the series, Ozma is a perfectly spherical entity that hovers in battle, with a design reminiscent of other mysterious beings found throughout the Final Fantasy universe. What makes Ozma particularly infamous is its erratic behavior, capable of unleashing consecutive turns that include devastating spells like Meteor, Curse, and Level 5 Death. Due to the unpredictable nature of its attack order, players can often be wiped out before they even have a chance to act. One way to mitigate Ozma's overwhelming offensive potential is by completing the Friendly Monster side quest beforehand, which removes its natural immunity to dark-based attacks and prevents Ozma from being out of range of physical attacks. Strategies for defeating Ozma often revolved around using characters with auto haste, auto life, and shadow-resistant equipment. Steiner's shock ability, Freya's Dragon Crest, and Eiko's Holy are among the most effective ways to deal consistent damage while maintaining survival. The challenge lies not only in endurance, but in adapting to the randomness of the fight. Despite its difficulty, defeating Ozma rewards players with some of the most powerful items in the game, making the effort worthwhile. Ozma still remains to this day one of the most debated bosses in the franchise due to its reliance on RNG rather than just strict mechanical skill. Omega is one of Final Fantasy V's most difficult challenges, lurking in the interdimensional rift as a mechanical menace. This robotic terror boasts absurdly high evasion, powerful elemental attacks, and the dreaded Encircle ability, which permanently removes a party member from the battle. Omega can be found roaming around an area of the interdimensional rift, where players must seek it out and engage it directly, making it an unavoidable confrontation for those wanting to test their mettle. To stand a chance against Omega, players need abilities like Rapid Fire and Spellblade to bypass Omega's evasion. The Reflect Ring is a must to counter devastating magic, and blue magic like Mighty Guard helps with survivability. The key to victory is exploiting Omega's weakness to thunder elemental attacks, while ensuring the party can endure its relentless assault. Timing and preparation are everything, as one mistake can mean instant defeat. Omega attacks with relentless precision using abilities like Wave Cannon to deal massive group damage and Delta Attack to petrify party members. It is resistant to most forms of attack, requiring careful use of elemental weaknesses. Players need to strike quickly before Omega overwhelms them with its sheer power. Omega became a recurring super boss in the series after Final Fantasy V, appearing in games like Final Fantasy VIII as a similarly brutal test of skill. In some later games, Omega has been reimagined as a major story boss rather than just a hidden challenge. The Adamantoise in Final Fantasy XV is less of a battle and more of a cinematic spectacle. This massive mountain-sized turtle roams the desert and serves as one of the game's most visually impressive encounters. Unlike most super bosses, the challenge with Adamantoise is less about survival and more about sheer damage output. With an immense amount of HP, the fight can take over an hour, even with optimized strategies. The best way to deal damage to this giant turtle is through warp striking to its vulnerable head, as attacking its armored body yields minimal results. Utilizing the Ring of Lucy provides an alternative method of quickly dispatching Adamantoise, though this strategy can be considered an exploit. The fight is designed as a post-game endurance challenge, rewarding players with rare materials and bragging rights. While it may not be as mechanically demanding as some other super bosses, Adamantoise's sheer size and longevity make it one of the most memorable encounters in Final Fantasy XV. Emerald and Ruby Weapon are probably the most famous super bosses coming from Final Fantasy VII, standing as ultimate challenges, each requiring distinct strategies to overcome. Emerald Weapon lurks in the depths of the ocean, accessible by submarine, while Ruby Weapon is found burrowed in the sands of the desert near the Gold Saucer. Both of these weapons have ridiculous HP pools and powerful abilities that will destroy your party in moments. So how can you prepare to fight these two weapons? For Emerald Weapon, the underwater materia removes the fight's 20-minute time limit. Summons like Knights of the Round paired with the Mime materia ensures massive damage output, and Final Attack plus Revive prevents instant wipes. Emerald Weapon's Air Tam Storm deals damage based on the number of materia equipped, so a careful loadout management is crucial. Don't equip too much materia, keep it light where you can. Ruby Weapon, on the other hand, requires equipping status-resistant accessories. Players must enter the battle with 2 characters KO'd to avoid Ruby's permanent banish mechanic. Both fights are endurance tests that require strategic execution. If you don't come in prepared, Emerald and Ruby Weapon will make short work of your party. Whether that's from an Air Tam Storm or Ruby Weapon sucking away your party members, these two super bosses deserve their legacy in Final Fantasy super boss history. Absolute Virtue is notorious among Final Fantasy XI players as one of the most difficult bosses ever created in an MMORPG. Found in Altayu, this super boss was initially introduced without a clear method of defeat, leading to widespread frustration in the player base. Absolute Virtue's defining trait is that its ability to mimic various job abilities, allowing it to unleash powerful techniques for multiple classes, making it unpredictable and overwhelming. To counter this, players must form a highly coordinated alliance, utilizing stun rotations and meticulous damage mitigation strategies. What made Absolute Virtue particularly infamous was its absurd regeneration rate, often outpacing the damage output of an entire group. For years, theories circulated on how to defeat the boss, with Square Enix eventually stepping in to release official hints to help players. Even with these hints, Absolute Virtue remains one of the most grueling challenges in MMORPG history. Many players consider it a fight designed not just to be difficult, but to push the limits of the community's dedication. It stands as a testament to the unforgiving nature of Final Fantasy XI's most difficult encounters. Ultima Weapon and Omega Weapon in Final Fantasy VIII are two of the game's most formidable optional battles, testing the player's grasp of the intricate junction system and limit break mechanics. Ultima Weapon, found deep within the Deep Sea Research Center, requires players to navigate an energy-based puzzle and defeat powerful enemies before reaching it. This fight grants access to Eden, the most powerful Guardian force, but also features deadly attacks like Light Pillar, which instantly kills a party member. Players must optimize their junctions, maximize strength and speed, and rely on aura spells to trigger limit breaks such as Squall's Lionheart, Renoa's Invincible Moon, or Zell's Duel to end the fight swiftly. Omega Weapon, hidden within Ultimecia's castle, is Final Fantasy VIII's ultimate challenge, requiring a timed party switch mechanic to initiate battle. It is significantly stronger than Ultima, boasting attacks like Megado Flame, dealing 9,998 fixed damage to the entire party, and Terror Break, a devastating multi-hit attack. Surviving demands full stat optimization, auto haste, and invincibility items like Holy Wars. Players must use limit break strategies efficiently, spamming aura and defensive abilities to outlast Omega's relentless assault. Both of these fights push players to their limits, with Omega Weapon standing as one of the most notorious super bosses in the franchise, due to its sheer destructive power and the meticulous preparation required to survive. Penance is the most powerful optional boss in Final Fantasy X, appearing only after all Dark Aeons have been defeated. Unlike many super bosses that simply require high stats, Penance is a battle of attrition that demands both patience and an optimized strategy. With over 12 million HP, it is one of the most durable enemies in the franchise, and its segmented fight structure forces players to balance offense and defense meticulously. The battle is divided into 3 parts: Penance's main body and its 2 regenerating arms. The arms can instantly incapacitate characters with devastating attacks, Many players must constantly disable them while chipping away at Penance itself. Auto Haste, Auto Phoenix, and ribbon-equipped armor are crucial for maintaining survivability throughout the prolonged encounter. Players often rely on characters like Titus, Waka, and Riku due to their powerful overdrives and ability to break the damage limit. The optimal strategy here involves using Quick Hit to rapidly deplete Penance's health while using auto abilities to recover from its relentless attacks. The battle is so long that even well-prepared players can take upwards of an hour to emerge victorious. Designed exclusively for the PAL International version, and then later added in the HD remaster of Final Fantasy X, Penance is one of the most grueling battles in the series, testing every aspect of a player's preparation and endurance. Vercingetorix is Final Fantasy XIII's most challenging super boss, found in the Arclight Steep as the final mission of the Seath Stone side quests. Unlike many optional bosses, Vercingetorix requires players to have a fully developed party, as it boasts its incredibly high health pool, some of the most punishing attacks in the game. The battle is broken into multiple phases, with Vercingetorix gaining increased aggression and more potent attacks as the fight progresses. Its signature move, Wicked Whirl, is capable of wiping out an unprepared party in seconds, necessitating the use of sentinel rolls and damage mitigation strategies. The best way to handle this battle is by utilizing buffs like Haste and Protect while keeping stagger damage consistent. The fight also introduces a mechanic where players must frequently reapply buffs and debuffs to keep the momentum in their favor. Defeating Vercingetorix rewards players with some of the best components for weapon upgrades, making it a must-defeat enemy for completionists. As the final challenge in the Seastone missions, this fight is considered one of the most rewarding and difficult tests of the Crystarium battle system. Yiazmat in Final Fantasy XII is a marathon battle, boasting an astronomical 50 million HP, the highest of any super boss in the mainline series. Yiazmat is only available after completing every other hunt in the game, cementing it as the ultimate challenge for dedicated players. The fight itself is not just long, but punishing, as Yiazmat's attacks become increasingly deadly as its HP diminishes. Throughout the battle, Yiazmat will gradually increase its evasion, cast buffs on itself, and unleash devastating area of effect attacks that can instantly wipe out an unprepared party. Due to the sheer length of the fight, players must employ hit-and-run tactics, periodically disengaging to heal and rebuff. Unlike most bosses, Yiazmat allows players to leave the battlefield and return later without penalty, encouraging players to fight in intervals rather than in one sitting. The battle can take multiple hours, even for highly optimized teams, making it one of the longest single encounters in Final Fantasy history. As a reward for perseverance, players who defeated Yiazmat receive some of the most powerful gear in the game, but the real prize is the sense of accomplishment after enduring such a brutal test of endurance. These super bosses stand as some of the toughest challenges in Final Fantasy, demanding expert level preparation and battle execution. Whether it's the endurance marathon against Yiazmat or the punishing randomness of Ozma, these foes offer some of the most memorable fights in RPG history. Each battle is a test of patience, strategy, and mastery of the game's mechanics. Have you faced any of these super bosses before, and did you come out victorious? Let me know down in the comments which gave you the hardest time. Thanks as always for taking the time to watch the video, I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you like more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, I love you, bye bye.